I'm a Georgia Bulldog till I die. Red and black running deep inside. Got that pride, you can see it in my eyes. Stand tall, yeah, we working through the night. G-A, that's right.
Welcome back, gang. We are in here early too. It's probably one of the first times I done did a early live. I will not be on the screen today. Just trying something different, you know what I mean? So I'm just relaxed tonight, man. Hopefully everybody doing good. Hopefully everybody took time to digress from big time loss. Killed our chances off. Ole Miss killed our chances off from getting into those, well, playing for a national title. So, you know, it's all good though. It is all good. Hopefully everybody feeling good out there tonight. You know, it's crazy because it's just crazy because, you know, transfer portal is going crazy. Me and my guy Mondo talked today, and we both had our differences in opinions about different things, you know, but I always try to keep a common ground because we all dogs. But we think Kirby Smart is just gonna have to really dive deep in that transfer portal. Big time, man. Big time. I mean, at least getting about, I would say, probably about 6-7 players, if not more. You know what I mean? So hopefully that can happen. Hopefully that Georgia, you know, gets in that portal, do what they supposed to do in that damn portal. Cause I ain't lying, it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, we got to get it in, man. We got to get it in. So, man, with that being said, man, I appreciate everybody that subscribed to the channel. You know, everybody that rocked out with me from day one on to now. You know what I mean? Like I said, today I'm trying something totally different. I just felt like I wanted to be off screen today when I go live. I didn't want to be on screen today. I know everybody probably got things to do. Some people at work, some people out doing family things. But yeah, man, I'm here, man. So if anybody want to jump in, I might throw up the tap in at some point. I might do the tap in at some point just to see what everybody got to say. But for right now, you know what I'm saying, I don't have the phone lines up right now. I'm just vibing right now. Let me see. Make sure my levels and all of that good. Yeah. Okay, we good. So we got 10 people that's showing up in the chat, man. What's going on with y'all, man? What's going on? We got 4 people showing up in the chat now. What's happening, man? So y'all give me a go dogs in the doggone comment section, man. Give me a go dogs. Oh, okay, that's because I'm just trying to check my levels and everything while I'm live, man. Hold on real quick. So anyway, man, I'm gonna just jump right into it. I don't got nobody in here right now, but I'm gonna jump right into it. Let me handle something real quick and then we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna jump right into this transfer portal. We're gonna go over some of the guys that's recently that went into the transfer portal, that's going into the transfer portal, as well as the guys from other programs that hopefully we start targeting, because we're gonna need some serious talent to come over to the University of Georgia. Big time talent, especially if we want to win a national championship. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to win a national championship, you're gonna have to go into that portal. Like, it is what it is. You know, going to get the guys that you need. You know, I think that Kirby Smart need to really, dive in it and not just drop the bag at the end of the day. Drop the damn bag, man. Drop the damn bag. Like, real talk. Like, it's no more games. It's no more, bullshitting around. There's no more worrying about relationships and everything else. Just drop the damn bag. Yeah. So let's go ahead. It seems like everything going good. Seems like everything's straight, my levels and all of that. I just want to kind of do that before I even get into what I'm supposed to be talking about. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go ahead and get into it because it's about that time. I think everything is squared away as far as the sound goes. I think we good with that as far as my levels and stuff like that. So I want to go ahead and get into it because me personally, I'm ready for the transfer portal. I've been ready for a while. I've been talking about it for a while. I've been preaching that we're going to have to get some guys out of that transfer portal big time. I'm talking about wide receivers, running backs. I'm talking about linebackers, edge rushers, anything you can imagine, safeties, anything even the quarterback. Yeah, I got to say it, even the quarterback. So let's get on over to it, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on over to it, man. Here is the 2026 college football transfer portal position rankings, man. And, they're going to start with the quarterback position. And as y'all can see, man, right up at the top, man, they got a 5-star guy right there, and Sam Levitt, however you pronounce it. And he's a 5-star quarterback, 6'2", 205 pounds. Just currently winning the transfer portal from ASU. And I don't know what type of guy he is. I can go to, we can look at his profile and see what type of guy he is. Obviously I can't show any highlights from Arizona State, but we can see, where he's from, and he's like I said, 6'2", 205 pounds, 5-star guy. Over there on the West Coast. Most of the West Coast always seem to produce like some of the best quarterbacks. You know what I mean? But let's see. Is he? I don't know if he might just be he might be a freshman. It's a 2004 to 2026. Okay, so he may not be a freshman. He might just be. This might just be his last season, and this year. Let's see, because it's not okay. This is the timeline. Okay. He in 2022 he signed to Michigan State. In 2023 he went into the portal, and then he transferred to Arizona State in 2023. So yeah, this would be his last season if he did come to the University of Georgia. 26 would be his last season, but in my opinion, I think that we need somebody experience with some type of experience anyway. If we was to bring in a quarterback, because like I said, not just because I'm not really into Gunner like that. I'm not much of a fan of Gunner like that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. For the most part, I just want an extra experienced guy just in case something happened to Gunner Stockton. Because as we can see, a lot of times, man, man, let me turn that off. As we can see, what's up? It's all gravy. What's going on, man? Mike Choate needs to go. he's a cancer. Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm gonna go through the rest of that list that I just had pulled up. I'm gonna go through the rest of that list of players, but like I was saying, even though I'm not really a big fan of Gunner Stockton, me saying bring on transfer has nothing to do with me not being a fan of his. I feel as if you go back to the playoff game on how Gunner Stockton was just taking so many hits, and And I'm not saying that he will do that next season. We may have an O-line that can protect him a lot better next season. But as far as my eyes could see in that game, I feel as if it's time to get a guy out of the portal because we may not know what could happen. God forbid it happen, and anything could happen. So in my opinion, I just feel as if your best bet is to go ahead and go in there and grab a quarterback out of there. At least you'll have experience. You know what I mean? We need a vertical threat. Yeah, we're going to get to it. We're gonna look at some of those guys, Keon. Shout out to Keon, too, for dropping off in the live. Dave, as well, as it's all great. Got to drop a bomb for y'all. But, yeah, we're going to get into it, man. Let me do one other thing, too, before I get into it. But, yeah, that's the only reason I said bring on a quarterback, and that's what I want to start with. Go Dogs. It's 225 girl. Shout out to 225 girl. Got to drop a bomb for her, too, man. Yeah, the only reason. That's the only reason. I don't want people to feel like, oh, you just don't like Gunnar Stockton. It's not necessarily that I don't like him. It's more so that I feel like I've been felt like he, probably was not the guy, I think he could get it done, but he just got to get the weapons around him and the protection to get it done. I don't want to count him out like that. So that's why I say early on, I definitely wasn't sold on him early on. But as if right now, I feel like right now he's good to go. I think that he got the experience he need. He just need to hold on. Yeah, he just need to get some guys around him. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to do a million things in one right now. Trying to do a million things in one at one time. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, I just feel like he need the guys around him. I was talking to Mundo today. Like I said early on, I was talking to Mundo today, and he says we was going back and forth, messaging each other about this whole situation. And, like I told him the same thing. Like, even though I wasn't sold on him in the very beginning, I felt like he got the experience that he need to go ahead and carry us in 2026. Although I wasn't sold on him, I felt like he had enough experience. But it as if today, I feel as if he get the right guys around him, if he get the wide receivers that he needs, if he get the O-line to come together and play for him, I think that Gunnar Stockton will do a good job. You know what I'm saying? He's not very flashy, obviously. He don't have a huge arm, but at the same time, I think it's a possibility that he can get it done. You know what I mean? It's a possibility. But let's get back to what we can. So you got Sam Leavitt. You got Brendan Sorsby. He's a 6'3", 235 pounds from Cincinnati. You know what I mean? He's another 5-star. Then you got Drew Mestermaker. Let's look at Brendan first, though. Let's go to Brendan and see what's happening with Brendan real quick. Because I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, I gotta go to the timeline. Okay. So he signed in 22. Okay. He went in transfer portal in 23. And then he transferred, obviously, to Cincinnati. And now he's a free agent. So, hey, man, it's some guys in there. And if you do pick up a quarterback, don't go get no bull crap. You know what I mean? You gotta like Mundo say, you got to be aggressive in that damn portal. Super aggressive. And when it comes to being aggressive in the portal, that just mean open up the checkbook, man. That's just all that mean, man. Moving on. Then we got Drew Mestermaker, man. 6'4", 211 pounds, man. I don't even know what that. I don't even know. Oh, he's already he done already committed to somebody or transferred. DJ Lagway. I seen the chat talking about DJ Lagway at one point. We may end up grabbing up DJ Lagway. I think he'll be a good quarterback as well, as long as he got guys around too. I just, from the looks of it, this season, I just didn't see too much from him, and I didn't watch a whole lot of Gator football anyway. Obviously, well, let's see how long Lagway got. Let's see, because Lagway, I don't forget when Lagway came in. He came in at 23. Okay, so he'll have what, another season or two. You know what I mean? I don't know. Lagway might fit good with Georgia. It just depends, you know. Dylan Raiola. I don't even want to look at Dylan Raiola because we already know what time it is with him. And I would hate it if he came to Georgia. I ain't gonna lie. After you played us like that, I would hate it, you know. Deuce Knight. Oh yeah, Auburn. Yeah, so Deuce up in there. A lot of people have been talking about Deuce, you know, especially when we played him. I know a lot of people was bringing his name up in the chat. Byron Brown. Haven't heard anything about him, but he's already gone to Auburn. A lot of these guys, man, they already transferred to somebody or showing that they transferred to somebody, except for that top row. All right, so let's move out of the. Let me go back to see what y'all talking about. Hell no to DJ Lagway. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it all depends, though. I think it all depends. Bro, these guys are waking up to Kirby and his program. Good quarterbacks are not coming, bro. The offense sucks. Nah, I mean, this season, I can't say that the offense sucked. I think as a whole, they were just too inconsistent as a whole. Um, I don't think I can ever say Georgia sucks, you know, especially, you know, you only lost 2 games this year. I mean, last season. So, you know, and 1 in the regular season. So I wouldn't necessarily say that we suck. I would just say we got some inconsistencies and things we got to clean up. Kirby not going to get a true dual threat quarterback. Well, at this point, man, people are talking, man. Like, let me tell y'all, man. I know y'all know that I said, you know, a while ago that I don't watch other content creators that cover the Dogs. Y'all know I said that, and I'm standing on that. I don't watch other content creators, but it's only one that I still really I'm still really subscribed to, and that's the Dog Post with Dean Leggy and the guys or whatever. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, if I end up, I don't even watch them no more, but if I end up watching them guys, 9 times out of 10 is because I'm in my phone already and it comes across my timeline. So, yeah, we're going to get into that. It's all gravy. All that old school. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Damn, it's cutting off my. Definitely. We're going to get into that. Damn. But pull it down so. Yeah, that's a little better. It's a lot better. We're gonna get into all of that conversation about how old school he is, because he definitely is old school. But anyway, yeah, it's just it's almost kind of like hard to talk about, you know, especially as a Georgia fan. It's hard to talk about it because Susie, shout out to Susie too, drop a bomb on her. Said Gunners. Said, so you telling me I'm a 5-star quarterback and I'm gonna sit on the bench 2 to 3 years and look at Gunner Stockton? No, thank you. Nah, Orange Juice Jones, that's not what I'm telling. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm saying is, bro, is that Georgia don't have to. I'm just saying bring a quarterback on for the specific reason of the fact that we don't know what's gonna happen to Gunner. We don't know, you know, if Gunner will get hurt. We don't know if Gunner goes into the NFL, which I highly doubt. But we just don't know. So I'm not quick to kind of write off a 5-star quarterback or whatever the case may be, you know. And I know people going to be like, oh, we don't need a 5-star. Me and Mundo was talking on the phone about this earlier, right? And I was telling him, like, you know, I'm so sick of the fan base screaming, we don't need a 5-star. We don't need a 5-star. My thing is, when it comes to the 5 stars, guys, they're not 5 stars for no damn reason. They're 5 stars for a reason. Now, can they turn out a bus? Can the high school football not translate over, or him being a talent not translate over to, you know, college football? Yeah, I get that. But at the end of the day, most of these guys that are 5 stars, they're not 5 stars for no reason, you know? He said Gunner not going to the NFL. I mean, who knows, man? It's a lot of guys that weren't that good, or weren't NFL talent that still went. Whether they were on the practice squad or not. You know, said I've been watching other dog content creators to gauge how they felt about the game and its combination to open up the check more. Kirby, Bobo, Schumann coaching. Too scared to call out the coaches. Oh, man, see, and I was gonna get into that. I'm glad you brought me back to my initial conversation about that. I was gonna get into that because I had the conversation with Mundo, and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the fact that I had came across that post. It was in my timeline, and I saw that he said I saw dog post, and Dean Leggy them started. Well, it was actually Dean Leggy that popped it off. So they were trying to say it without saying it. They were saying stuff like, there's unlimited resources at Georgia, and Kirby Smart is not going to be there for the next 50 years. So, he needs to win more national championships. And I totally agree with it. I totally agree with what he's saying. Like I say, I don't watch other content a lot, but I totally agree with what he was saying, because in my opinion, Kirby Smart, he sometimes his decision making is funny to me. I don't care how y'all feel about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not saying my ride or die chat. I'm just saying anybody. I don't care how people feel about it. You know what I mean? All I care about is the fact that I think that he makes funny decisions from time to time. We've seen it before. Don't act like we haven't seen that. Um, that's why we haven't. Let me get. Yeah, well, well, like I say, that's why for me, I feel like we need guys in every position. I don't think there's not one position that we're not lacking talent in. I think every position damn near we're lacking talent in. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that who we got can't get better. I'm just saying for right now. For right now, we definitely gonna hit that thing hard. This is the only dog channel that is not political. I have been in timeout on other channels just telling the truth. Our fan base is a joke. Yeah, that's the truth. Man, like I said, man, me and Mondo talked about all of that. We talked about all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my channel is a lot smaller than them other guys, because it's so many dog fans that don't want to hear the truth. So what they do is they go to other content creators because they're not going to tell them the truth because of the fact that they trying to be too political. Me personally, I'm just a fan of the dog. So, although everybody pretty much do get paid off of YouTube, everybody gets paid off of YouTube, but see, a lot of those guys, they want them sponsors and stuff like that. So they gonna be very politically correct. I don't care about stuff like that. All I care about is Georgia football. Damn, I hate that my y'all chats is cutting off, man. I apologize for that. I might need to bring it up here. But I don't like the way it look up there. I don't like the way it look up here. But at least it shows better when it's up there. I can stretch it all the way out. Said we got one of the best freshman tight ends in football, and Ellis Williams. He don't get no playing time. I noticed that also, but he was just coming off an injury too, Victor. So I don't know if he was limited. I felt the same way with Kobe Young too. I think that coming off of that injury, I think sometimes that's what they do. When they come off them injuries, they don't want to put them right in. So, Jessica said, I'm never ever going back to the Sugar Bowl. I feel you. I was thinking about you too, Jessica. Let me drop a bomb. I was thinking about you too. I was like, damn, Jessica's out there, and I know she feeling it from that loss, man. And it was a bad loss. I think I'm gonna bring it back down. I don't like the way it sit up there. Yeah. You said you right. Kirby Smart need a reality check because the 2 national championships is in the past. Is what have done for me now. What? it would have done for me now. I think we need some receivers. Yes, in the past, and that's what the fan base got to realize too. See, Kirby Smart just said, did y'all hear the press conference where he talked about he didn't care what the fan base said? He said he didn't care what the fan base said, and I get where he's going with it. I get that he's not just trying to be arrogant, but he's just keeping it real. Like, look, I'm the head coach of this team. You know what I mean? Before I got here, this team wasn't where they at right now. You know what I mean? I get that, or this program. But at the same time, man, Kirby Smart got to get into the new age of football, man. The new wave of football is to get you a dual threat quarterback. You have to have a massive run game. And furthermore, you got to have wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? Kirby Smart, I think, is so much more fixated. I'm not even just gonna say Kirby Smart, because we got to understand there's other guys involved when it comes to recruiting as well. So they all have to get out of that mindset of just having a good defense. You know, I don't care about the defense as much. Not now. I'm sick of the offense being mediocre. Let's just be real, man. Our offense has always really been mediocre. Outside of the two national championships, Georgia's offense has always been mediocre. It always just barely gets the job done. And, you know, quite frankly, man, the fan base is tired of it. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with being tired of something, you know. I told my husband not to I told my husband not to speak to Ole Miss fan on the elevator. I'm with my doghouse family. Yeah, hey man, listen, man. I hated it for you, Jessica, going out there. I hate it for you. I mean, I would have been glad for you if we would have won it, but I was like, damn, boy, I feel for her. Spend that money and to go out there to see them jokers lose like that, the way they lost. And it ain't like they were down a lot of points, but it's just the way they lost. Like, it, you know, regardless of what the score said, the way they lost was just like, damn. You need an offense coordinator that can put points on the board when it matters most. Yep, that's the truth, man. That is the truth, Jay Nash. Yep, pay to get Cam Coleman $3 million or something like it. Bro, I hope they open up the checkbook. I hope they don't come with that bull crap and just feel like, oh, we're just not gonna pay that much for this player or that player. Like, bro, like if you like I said, man, I don't know if a lot of y'all saw my short where I put up and I was like, you know, you're gonna either pay for a player to come to Georgia and keep your OC, or either get rid of that OC, get a new one in, a better one in, if you're not going to pay your players. Like, at the end of the day, I think that's a good deal. Honestly, I think it's a good deal. Hey, if you don't want to let go of Mike Bobo, if you just feel like he's just the best OC for the Georgia Bulldogs, then you just need to. It's just so confusing, man, because I don't know what Kirby is doing. We're not in his mind to really know what he's doing. But if you want to keep Bobo, get the top guys. Simple. Get the top guys. If you ain't gonna get the top guys, then get a better offensive coordinator. That's basically what I'm saying. You know, because we know that Mike Bobo has a bad history, even with Georgia. I don't know what he did anywhere else, but I know that his history at Georgia is not that damn good. Yeah, they got the buddy system going on, big time. Big time. And the fan base is so delusional. You know, when I put that short up, you got guys that's, oh, y'all crazy. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Like, what are you saying? What from that short sounded dumb? What from that short didn't sound like we know what we talking about? If you don't want to get rid of Mike Bobo, pay for the top players. If you don't want to pay for the top players, get a better offensive coordinator. To me, that's a good deal, bro. That's a good deal. Kirby kind of run like a like a local football team. Yeah, they got a good old boy, bro. Yeah, that's all it is, Mike. That's all it is. That's all I feel like it is. You know what I'm saying? Let your homeboy coach and let his son be QB. Let your homeboy be a coach. And, oh, I see what you're saying. He said, Jessica said, I listen, I asked y'all week Hold on, let me stop this because it just keep going. Said, listen, I asked y'all last week. Was we sure about Gunner? I was there, and other games he ain't seeing the field. Look like Gunner. He's freaking tough, and I know I'm only a girl, but is Gunner him? I think most of the chat is gonna say no. I think most of the chat is gonna say that he's not the guy. But like I said, I don't feel Gunner. I don't think that Gunner. I want to see Gunner as our quarterback, right? But that don't mean that he can't get the job done if he has the weapons around him. Because, like I said before earlier in this live, Gunner Stockton is not a bad quarterback. He just can't see the field. It's too many batted balls, too many overthrown and underthrown balls, and I just don't. I don't care for him too much. But that's not to say that he might not be that's not to say that he can't win a national championship, because like I told Mundo today when I was talking to him, if he has the weapons around him and the protection as far as the O-line goes, I think he might be able to get it done. I don't think he's that bad to where he can't get it done at all if he has the talent around him. His clock is still slow. He's not seeing the field, but he's came up clutch. Yeah, I mean, I get that Jay Nash clutch time, but Thursday night he didn't come through in no clutch. He didn't come through in no clutch. He made a couple of lucky shots. You know what I mean? Nate Frazier was a part of the reason we was getting downfield. Luckily for us, we got Zach Branch as well, because without Zach Branch and Nate Frazier, Gunner Stockton does nothing on Thursday. Just think about it. If you remove Nate Frazier's game and you remove Zach Branch's game, what other than that, what in the hell did Gunner Stockton do last Thursday night? Just give me some. I mean, I'm just being real. Yeah, I'm trying to answer. Because I know that it's hard, man. It's hard because we don't necessarily know what's going on. But week to week watching, year to year watching the way our head coach do things and how he operates, you can kind of get a sense of what's going to happen and what's going on at Georgia. And as far as me, as far as my opinion on Gunner Stockton, I haven't been sold on Gunner Stockton. I'm good on Gunner. Like, he can transfer or whatever. I'm good on him. But I will say that if he have the talent around him and he got the protection he needs, he may be able to get the job done. So that means go in the portal and get you some wide receivers, get you some running backs, everything. And then why the F we have, man, let me go back to that. And then why the F we have Cash Jones running the ball and trying to go deep for balls. See, that's and let me say that, let me speak on that too. Right? So what got me is fresh out the gate, we throwing to Zach Branch. If y'all notice, Zach Branch have never went out for a deep pass the whole season. His whole time at Georgia, he has never went out for a deep pass. All of a sudden, we get into the quarterfinals, and you want to start throwing deep to short guys. He threw one deep to Zach Branch. Then he tried to throw one to Cash Jones. Like, what the hell is this game? Where did this game plan come from? That's where my mind was at. Where the hell did this game plan come from? So I thought that was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was very crazy. It's all gravy. Zach carried our wide outgrew all year. Facts. You said I will say this. Think Gunner was confused at point after he got it. The run back had to tell him he wasn't behind the center. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, Jessica. I'm good on Gunner. Like I said, he could come next season and get the right guys around him and take us where we need to be. But as far as me being a fan of him, I'm not really a fan of Gunner Stockton. He's cool. He's mid. I want an NFL quarterback. I love Gunner, but it is what it is. And me personally, I don't like I said, I don't really care for Gunner like that. It is what it is, like you said. But I think that we need to reach in the portal, definitely. Just in case, but not like I said early on, not because I don't care for him, but more so for the experience, just in case something happens to him with all them damn hits he be taking. Kirby, we need to go and get the quarterback from Nebraska and Cam Coleman. They're running back from North Carolina State. I don't think Kirby gonna get a quarterback. To be honest with y'all, I think we talking about what we need, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. Yo, one thing is for certain though, Kirby will continue to start Gunner until he's out of eligibility. Yeah, yeah. That's what I believe too, Mike. I believe the same thing because that's just historically, that's how Kirby Smart is. You know what I mean? You got to literally lose every single game for Kirby to bench you. If you noticed in that Alabama game, once they realized that they wasn't doing shit, they pulled Ty Simpson's ass out of there. You know what I mean? Kirby Smart typically we haven't seen him do nothing like that. I think the only quarterback we seen him do that to was since he been with Georgia was Dewan Mathis. Dewan Mathis was the only quarterback that Kirby Smart actually benched. Outside of Dewan Mathis, I haven't seen Kirby bench anybody since he been with Georgia. It's like everything that has worked for them this year, they completely went away from the game plan. Yep, that's true. And then another thing too, the nail biting games, it wasn't gonna last either. A 225 girl, not the games, but coming down to the wire, damn near every single game. I think I spoke on that a little bit too early on in the season. That we can't do that. We can't continue to, have them nail biters because eventually it's gonna catch up with you. You know. Cam is asking for 3.5. Is he worth it? I think Cam is worth it. I think he is. Cam is an NFL talent. He's an NFL talent, And Auburn had an NFL talent on their roster. But at the end of the day, is Georgia going to pay? Georgia has to pay the money. This is the thing, guys. Y'all in the chat, y'all understand. But it's always a small group of people that will understand. A lot of the Dog fans are biased and delusional. Like, I got to call a spade a spade. They're very biased and they're very delusional. So, therefore, a lot of Georgia Bulldog fans, they don't care. All they care about is that we have Kirby Smart as our head coach, and he can do no wrong. That's all they care about. But the fact of the matter is, the teams that are going to be successful are the teams that's going to open up the checkbook. Teams like Texas, teams like Ohio State, teams like even Alabama and Texas Tech, those teams are going to drop the bag. Those teams don't give a damn about relationships. Those teams don't give a damn about, I want to make it look like I'm the best developing team or I'm the best developing coach. Those teams don't care about that. All those teams care about is we're trying to get a win. Just like, for instance, Michigan. We all know Michigan signed not Bryce, but what's his name? Is it Bryce Underwood? They signed him for $12 million, $10 to $12 million. They didn't care about no relationship. They dropped $10, $12 million on him. They said, we see a dual threat quarterback. He's young, but we want to see what he can do. We want to win. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to gamble if you want to win. You got to, you know what I mean? Winning sometimes takes gambling. You got to take risk. All these people, all these fan bases, even the coaching staff, I believe, everybody want to make it look like, oh, we just got the best coaches in college football. So they just want to feel like, oh, it's about developing. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we just gonna develop so that we can say, oh, we ain't spent $10 million. No, damn that. Spend the money, man. That's what college football is about now. It's just like the NFL. Spend the damn money. It's just like the NFL. The NFL don't give a damn about no relationships like that. They trying to win. They trying to win and win that championship. So I mean, what we ain't worried about building. I'm not saying that you can't build a relationship with any of these kids, but what I'm saying is if they're asking for a certain amount and it's deserving, then pay the money. But Major, those teams at home, just like we are, and they did spend the money. Yeah, that's true, but they are at least they are spending the money. I get where you going with that, Jessica, but they are spending the money. Georgia is just relying on thinking that you can just build these guys into. No, it ain't gonna always work like that. Just like those teams that you talking about, they're not gonna always be at home either. They're at home right now, yeah, but that goes into coaching as well. So it's not always about the bag; it's about the coach as well. So yeah, they at home. They're not playing for a national championship with spending so much money on their players, but you also got to take account of the coaching too. So they may not have the type of coaches. That's why coaches get dropped left and right from teams. You know what I mean? But I agree with what you. I see what you're saying. And this notion that Georgia doesn't have the money is not true. You got Coca-Cola, Delta Airline, politicians, big money alumni, either from or around Georgia is dropping money all the time. Yeah, I don't believe Georgia don't have no money. I mean, we all know, you just named it, 225 girl. We all know that, they're getting the money. They just don't want to spend the money. Like I said, I think they focusing on just trying to pride themselves on, oh, we developed these players into national championship players. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about you trying to make yourself look better than somebody else, because I think that's what it is. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like, man, listen, the resources at Georgia is unlimited. They have unlimited resources. So at the end of the day, it's no reason why you couldn't spend a certain type of money. You know what I mean? Certain type. I ain't saying go and spend $12 million on one player. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying spend $12 million on one player. I'm just saying get the best guys. Quit getting these mediocre ass wide receivers, these nobody wide receivers. We barely be getting 4 stars, man. Like, go look at our roster. Like, go, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all pay attention to that stuff sometime. Most of the time, we don't even get a 4-star wide receiver. A lot of times, it just be random little, you know what I'm saying, Dylan Bell 3-star type of guys. And I know y'all like to say stars don't matter, and sometimes it don't matter. But, bro, you got to get the talent, man. You got to get the guy. You got to get some dogs at the end of the day. Beck threw about 5 interceptions in one game, and Kirby still didn't take them out. That's what I'm talking about, Victor. That's what I'm talking about. Beck was throwing interceptions all over the field, and once Beck leave, all of a sudden Gunnar Stockton is the man. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Beck threw interceptions the whole season in 2024. Didn't get benched at all, and all of a sudden, when he decided to leave, now Gunnar Stockton is supposedly the man. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. He didn't even win the job from a quarterback that threw interceptions, 3 different interceptions in 3 different games. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it, Kirby. For real. You said you peeped that. You peeped what? It's all gravy. I understand what you're saying. Well, I understand what you're saying as well. Hold up, damn. I understand what you're saying as well. Totally, I agree. I totally agree with what you're saying, but I then wonder what happens to the high schoolers that are not being passed by and not getting developed. I think that development is still a thing, though, Jessica. I'm not saying don't develop players. I'm not saying we shouldn't develop at a high level. What I'm saying is nobody cares about that as much now, as far as trying to say that that's what I did. That's what I mean. I think they're just trying to have that under their belt. Like, yeah, I did this, and I turned a guy like Stetson Bennett into a 2-time national championship. 2-time national champion. I think that's what. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to put it. I hope y'all get what I'm talking about, but I think that's what's going on. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you? If you got the money, unlimited resources, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? So, to your point, Jessica, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be developing these young guys. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying stop worrying about, I don't need to spend money. I want to be able to tell people we develop. No, no, man. No. Damn all that trying to build relationships. These kids don't care nothing about that anyway. They want to see how much money they can get from these programs. They don't care nothing about relationships that much. Now, I ain't saying that. I'm not saying be a shrewd businessman and don't give a damn about the kids at all. I'm not saying that at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm just fed up with the fact that Georgia is playing it the way they've been playing it lately with getting these mediocre quarterbacks, getting mediocre wide receiver talent. You know what I mean? Got to always go in the transfer portal to grab somebody because you never land anybody. You know what I mean? So that's my thing. You know, I was talking to Mondo on the phone today, like I said, and you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, so much of the fan base is always talking about 21 and 22. What we did in 21 and 22. They praise Kirby Smart, and I do as well, right? But leave 21 and 22 in the damn past, right? You had 3 unicorns in 21 and 22. Plus, you had a couple of other guys that were good too, like the running backs were good. You know what I mean? Then you also had what's his the guy that went over to Texas, Adonis Mitchell. So you had talent over there, but you had 3 unicorns in Stetson Bennett, Ladd McConkey, and Brock Bowers. Nobody knew that either 3 of those guys were going to be as talented as they were. Nobody knew that. You can't even say you knew that about Brock Bowers because Brock Bowers was a 4-star guy, but nobody knew that he was going to be the leading receiver for Georgia as a tight end. Nobody knew that. Come on. I dare somebody sit there and lie in the chat and say that they knew that was going to happen. Nobody knew that was going to happen. So for the fan base, y'all need to let that shit go. We just got lucky. We just got lucky with those guys. Why you think we going through the shit that we going through right now? You know what I mean? Now you have some regular guys out there. Now let's see what you can do as far as coaching. Now it comes to you, as far as the head coach, making decisions to get the right OC, making the right decisions to get the right defensive coordinator. It comes down to you and your decision making. That's it. That's it. I don't care about 21 and 22 no more. That is in the past. That's over and done with. Like, I'm speaking to the fan base. That shit is over and done with. If Kirby is such your God and he can make all things happen, why isn't it happening? Right? Because he got regular guys now. He don't have no unicorns on that team no more. So now he got to really go hard in coaching. Now he got to really make the right decision on what coaches he chooses to have at the University of Georgia. I talked about this early on in the season, probably midway, a little over midway. Everybody got extensions. And I was like, how in the hell? And this is around the time. No, it wasn't. It was a little under midway. It might have been before Ole Miss or a little bit after Ole Miss or something like that. I think it was before Ole Miss. Everybody got extensions. I'm like, how in the hell did everybody get extensions as bad as we've been playing? But it's up to your head coach. I'm not dogging Kirby. I ain't even talking bad about him. I'm just saying he's human, just like we are. He's not perfect. He's going to make mistakes. Right? And one of the mistakes, I think, is to keeping Bobo as the OC. He can stay on the team. I ain't saying, he need to go anywhere. He can stay on the team for knowledge, but him as the OC, man, I'm losing faith. I done lost faith. Brock became the best tight end in college history. How often are you going to see that again? You ain't going to see it again. There ain't no telling when you're going to see it again, right? But we lucked up. Georgia lucked up with him. You know what I mean? From what Mondo was telling me, he wasn't even going to be coming to Georgia. We just lucked up and got him. As well as Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey, y'all saw the little documentary. He was going to Tennessee. He grew up a Tennessee fan. Then you got Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett was told by everybody on the staff that he would not play for the University of Georgia. But he turned out a dog. So we lucked up on those 2 seasons, guys. Did we have talent on those 2? Yes, we had a whole lot of talent. I ain't knocking that part of it. I'm just saying we lucked up with the talent that we had. You know what I'm saying? Now it's down to coaching now. Now you won't have those unicorns no more. So what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? You better start doing some real deal coaching and go in and open up that checkbook. That's what you better start doing. And like I say, now some of the fan base, they starting to see it for what it is now. They are finally seeing it for what it is now. It ain't just the God Kirby Smart. You have to have talent as well. It ain't just him. He's not on the field. He's a great coach, no doubt. But with having a great coach, you got to have some great players too. But I don't know. We the fans, we don't know what we talking about. Most of us been watching football for years, but just to let everybody else tell it, we don't know what the hell we talk about. Yeah, the buddy system. Yep, that's another thing I talked about. The buddy system. He don't want to let him go. He don't want to let Bobo go for whatever reason. They know each other's family, and they dads knew each other, went fishing together and hunting together, and that's why. That's the reason why, right? I don't know. We could be over exaggerating, chat. We really could. This year come in, and Bobo can switch it up. Who knows? I don't like to believe that we over exaggerating. I don't like to believe that. And y'all even know, the ones that's been, rocking with me for the longest, y'all know I was trying to give Bobo the benefit of the doubt early in the season. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because I felt like, hey man, I'm one of those type of guys, and I was talking to Mondo about that. I'm one of those type of guys. Like, if I'm cool with you, if me and you friends, and you bring on another person, I ain't gonna treat that person like ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal to you, so I'm a rock with who you rock with. You know what I mean? We may not have conversations together like that, me and that other person. We may not, be as cool as the mutual friend, but I'm a rock with him just because I'm loyal to him. And that's how I felt about Kirby Smart and Mike Bobo. I said, okay, he gave Bobo the OC job. Okay, let's rock with it. Let's give it a chance. You know what I mean? I put my trust in Kirby, so if he decided to give him this job, then maybe, it's going to be worth it. But you see what we looking like. You see what we sitting at. Yeah, it's been proven. Yeah, it's been proven multiple times at Georgia too. It's been proven. And I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt early in the season. I tried to, just say, well, give him a chance to see what he can do. And I felt like, well, damn, he got us to the playoffs, so he might be the guy, but let Kirby tell it. Kirby said he don't think he the guy. He know he's the guy for the job. So we have to realize, as if right now, that Kirby Smart is not letting Bobo go anywhere. So the conversation about Bobo is kind of irrelevant. It's kind of irrelevant because outside of Bobo, we have other problems. Pay Todd to come back. Shit. Outside of Bobo, we have a whole list of problems, man, and that's talent in these different positions. All right, that's talent. So let me go back over to. I'm not on the fire Bobo crowd, but he been OC 3 years and it's still the same. Mondo said it's plenty of times Bobo style of playing calling will only get you so far. Yeah, and that's what it seemed like. 2225 girl, it only gonna get you but so far. So let me move back over to the list. All right, so we saw a couple of the quarterbacks, right? Obviously they got okay, so I don't even gotta click it. Okay, cool. It's all on one page. All right, so let's go down to the running backs. You got Isaac Brown, 4-star guy, 5'9", 190 pounds. He's now already went to Texas. Caleb Hawkins, he's then already went to Oklahoma. Hollywood Smothers. Damn, that's a crazy name right there. from NC State. 5'11", 195 pounds. Not too small, but I mean, he's average size. I would love to be able to see, they highlights. That would be great. Quintrevion Wisner, 6 feet 190 from Texas. I don't know, man. We just got to see who gonna fit, man. Adam Muhammad, 6 feet 220 pounds, Washington. Raleek Brown from Arizona State, 5'9", 195 pounds. Dylan Edwards, 5'9", 175. He a little small. He too small. Yeah, okay. CJ Baxter, 6'1", 227 pounds from Texas. Turbo Richard, 5'8". Wow, 207 pounds. He's small as shit. James Peoples, 5'10", 206 pounds. Ohio State. Oh, okay. So that's the quarterback list right there. I mean, the running back list. I don't know which one of these guys I would like to pull out. I don't know. Out of these guys, I don't know who I would think could fit. This dude Caleb Hawkins is 6'2", 200 pounds. Damn. I don't know, man. I think it would be out of probably Raleek Brown and maybe Quintrevion Wisner. Maybe those two guys. Or these three guys right here. These three guys. Quintrevion, Adam, and Raleek. Maybe these three guys be a good fit for Georgia. I know they're going to have to grab somebody out the portal. They're going to have to grab one of these goddamn running backs out the portal. So, Hollywood might need to get Wisner from Texas. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to grab somebody. So, they won't be the last ones going in the portal. Kirby picked Schumann over Muschamp. Texas will be a lot better on defense. I thought the same thing, too. When I saw that he went over to Texas, I said, oh, my God, here we go. I said, here we go. You know what I mean? I said, here we go. And I hate that it happened that way. He didn't even come back to Georgia. Like, that's crazy. He didn't even come back to Georgia. So that was wild for me when I saw it. But, yeah, hey, man, it is what it is. That's what Kirby want to go with. That's why I say, don't get mad at me when I say things judging our head coach. Don't get mad at me because he ain't perfect. He going to make some mistakes along the way. We all do. But I'm just calling it out because I'm calling it how I see it. It is what it is to me, but I'm just calling it out how I see it. Shit. Get mad at me when I post stuff or say stuff, and I'm like, damn, like, are we not watching the same game? Are we, you know what I mean? Like, we watching the same damn game. We see what's going on. We know what's going on. We know that Kirby ain't paying these players. I mean, they getting money, but I'm just saying they ain't getting no real big money. We know this for a fact. You can also go look it up yourself too. You can look up how much each one of these. I think On3 posts it on the On3 website. You can go on there and see these. You know what I mean? See how much these guys are getting paid. These guys are getting paid, yes, but they're not getting paid no real big money, and I don't think they should be. But go get some guys that is worth that big money. And it's not just about the money. It's just that the fact that I just want to get some real good talent. That's all that is. I want to get some real good talent. The money ain't a real big deal. I mean, obviously it is because if you got a talented guy, you got to pay him. But that's the main thing I'm focusing on. Finding the talent, recruiting the talent, and paying the talent. Kirby has to change his philosophy on building his team. He has to spend. Yeah, Kirby plays conservative too. That's a problem. I think that was Mike Bobo. I think Bobo was the one playing conservative. Kirby does, make certain choices, obviously, but you get up, and when you up, you know what I mean, and you start playing conservative, you got to keep your foot on the gas. This is not a regular game. This is not a regular season game. You got to keep your foot on the gas because Ole Miss on the other side of the football is just as talented as you are, if not more talented. Definitely at quarterback, he was more talented. But like I say, people don't want to hear that. People do not want to hear that. All they want to hear is bull crap. All they want to hear is beating around the bush content. And then, see, that's the thing. They don't want to hear the host of the channel give, you know what I mean? They want to be able to talk crap in the chat. They want to be able to say what they want in the chat, but they don't want the host to say certain things, which I think is funny. And I think it comes from the content creators, because the content creators, they set the tone. They set the tone, and they make the fan base delusional and biased. That's why I'm not. That's why it takes a certain type of person to subscribe to this channel, because with this channel, we're not going to be biased. This is not an ordinary Georgia Bulldog channel. This is my channel. I own this. I'm not owned by no corporation. So I'm not going to be biased. I'm not forced to be biased about something that I clearly see with my own two eyes. I'm not going to do it. And I'm doing it for y'all, man. For the ones that have been rocking with me in the chat, I'm doing it for y'all, man. The ones that subscribe to me, like, this is who I do it for. I do it for y'all because I know that you can rarely find it. Uncle Lou sold out. Yeah, him too. Like, he's focused on everything else. Once you start seeing them selling stuff on their screen, once you start seeing that, that's when you know it's a wrap. When they start selling stuff, chairs and t-shirts and books, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff, when that starts to happen, you know I'm not going to say they sold out, but you know that you're not going to get original, real not original, but you're not going to get unbiased content. You're not going to get that. Uncle Lou hit my comments because I trash buddy Bobo. Man, I don't know. I never knew Lou to like Bobo in the first place. So I don't know why he hid your comments. I didn't know that Lou liked Bobo. To be honest, I thought when I was watching him, I don't recall him being a Bobo fan, but maybe he is. Maybe he is. The only time I hide your comments is when you coming from somewhere else, you coming from another team and you talking crazy, or if you don't know what you talking about. Say he liked Bobo? Oh, I ain't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that. A lot of these dudes, man, I don't know, man. I don't want to harp on these content creators. But I do speak my truth though, like at the end of the day. And like I say, it take a certain somebody to subscribe to this type of channel because, you most people going to take it as a negative. And honestly, bro, I'm all dog, like my whole family, all dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a part of no other program. I don't care about no other program. That's why I rarely do any content about any other program. I only care about the dogs. So that's what I'm going to talk about. It's my dogs. And I watch some of the former player podcasts. They some BS as well. Yeah, because they trying to get them. They trying to get in. At the end of the day, most of those guys is just trying to get in, and I get it though. I get it because they want to further their careers. A lot of these guys they ain't making no money. A lot of them ain't making that much money. So a lot of them feel like they want to get back into entertainment. So the best way to do that is to build a podcast. Y'all sit around and y'all talk about Georgia and y'all talk bias talk, and that's what it is. That's what most of these people want. They want that. I even noticed that. I've been doing this for the last 2 or 3 years. I noticed that too. Like, that's why my channel, I think I'm at like 1,600 likes, man, and I'm gonna drop a bomb on that one right there, man. finally at 1,600 subscribers. 1,600 subscribers. And I realized that, damn, am I going too hard? But I had to say to myself, hey, man, you love Georgia. You got your opinion about Georgia. Don't worry about who don't like what. You know, the ones that's real, they going to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Saul Gravy said, don't change, Major, please. Nah, I'm not going to change, bro. I'm not going to change. I'm cut from a different cloth. And you can't buy me out either. You can't buy me out. I'm not trying to be a part of the Georgia staff. I'm not trying to do that. I wouldn't mind it, but I'm not trying to be a part of Georgia staff. I'm not, trying to sell you nothing other than good dog talk. What 225 girl saying, YouTube podcasting is stepping stone for something until they go national. Even if they didn't go national, they still can't speak full truth. They got to keep the access to Georgia. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. They come to you with $1 million, you gon' if they come to me with $1 million, it's all gravy. You best believe I'm gonna take the $1 million, but I ain't selling out. So if you telling me that I gotta sell out to take the $1 million, then I'm gonna find another way to get it. I just got that personality. Like that's just my, what I'm saying? I'm like that in real life, in real time. If you got a bunch of stipulations on that meal, then it is what it is. I gotta walk the other direction. But if I can get that meal and still be myself, now if they tell me we gonna give you a meal, but you can't do any like cussing and you can't but if they start talking about I can't be real and I can't tell the truth, oh nah, I can't take that $1 million. I know $1 million seem like a lot, but once that shit get taxed and once you start doing this and that $1 million gonna be gone. You know what I mean? So it ain't always about the dollar for some people. Some people, they look at it like I want to build my own, as my own boss. I don't want no boss. So that's why I don't care about how people feel and I don't care about none of that. At the end of the day, I'm being my own boss for my channel. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, man. I don't need the fast money. And just like 225 girl was saying about, they know they just it's a stepping stone for them. So they know they trying to get to another level. And I respect people that's trying to get in this thing and take it to another level. I respect that. But at the end of the day, I ain't finna sell out for nobody and make it look like and be lying and all that. I ain't doing that. All right, let's move on, man. Then we moving on to the receivers. Here we go. It's what everybody talking about, the wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? You got Cam Coleman, obviously. Hopefully that little question mark right there says Georgia, because I do want that guy to, and we was talking about that after we played him. We was talking about that when Hugh Freeze got fired. That's when we really started going in on, should Cam Coleman come to the University of Georgia? I think so. But they have to play him the right way. If he does come to the University of Georgia, will Georgia target him the way they should? Will they be targeting this man? Because a lot of times when good wide receivers come to Georgia, they don't get targeted. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. Every time a receiver come to just like London Humphreys. London Humphreys was doing his thing with Vanderbilt. I mean, he wasn't like the leading receiver or nothing like that, but he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He scored a touchdown on our defense. You know what I mean? Then he come to Georgia and you don't really see nothing from him. Look at Noah Thomas. Noah Thomas was the leading receiver for the Aggies. He's been obsolete when it comes to the University of Georgia. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, like when they do come to Georgia, if they do decide to transfer, we got to get these boys the ball, man. We got to get it in their hands. Orion Miller, 4-star, 6'2", 210 pounds, Colorado. He could be a good fit as well, because we're going to need more than just Cam Coleman. Trust and believe. With a quarterback like Gunnar Stockton, we're going to need more guys to throw it to. You know what I mean? We're gonna need more guys to throw it to. I don't want us to just have a go-to guy. Like that's what we got right now, a go-to guy. I want to go back to where we had a couple of guys to spread it out to. You know, DeAndre Moore Jr., another 4-star, 6 foot, 192 pound from Texas. Reed Harris, another 4-star, 6'5", 217 pounds from what's that? Boston College. Darrell Gill Jr., 6'3", 190 pounds from Syracuse. Nick Marsh, another 4-star, 6'3", 203 pounds from Michigan State. Terrell Anderson, 4-star, 6'2", 192 pounds from NC State. Eugene Wilson III, 5'10", 194 from the Gators. We definitely, I don't even, nah. He don't fit. Chase Hendricks, 6 foot, 203 pounds from Ohio. Wyatt Young, 6 foot, 195 from whatever this is. I don't even know what that is. North Texas. North Texas. Yeah, so then we got the old offensive line. But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Yeah. Yeah, 225 girl said, what's the point of getting good to decent receivers if you're not going to use them properly? If we don't get Cam, I can see him going to Ohio State. And if he go to Ohio State, man, them boys messing around winning natty in 2026. Them boys messing around and winning natty with Jeremiah Smith, with Jeremiah Smith and Cam Coleman. Yeah, man. So Georgia got some thinking, man. Georgia got some decision making. See, the problem with going to Ohio State is they don't have competition out there, just like going to Oregon. Yeah, that's the truth. They don't have no competition, but at the same time, if it gets them to the playoffs, shit, they can fight for national. Barnes from Clemson visiting today. He's a safety. Yeah, Adam, I had been talking about that during the season that what's his name? Tavion Barnes. Yeah, I talked about that. They had already been targeting him early, I think, and we definitely going to need some experience, and he has experience. So we definitely going to need that. I'm not saying he's the best, but he has experience. So, yeah, I'm glad. I'm hoping that we do grab him up too. Cam go from catching 50-yard bombs to 10-yard bubble screens in Bobo offense. That's what I'm saying, OJ. That's all I'm saying. I don't want that to happen. You know, I don't want that to happen. I just like I said with London Humphreys and Noah Thomas. You know, we haven't seen any production from Noah Thomas really. This dude was the leading receiver. Because when we see this is the thing that I do over here at the Doghouse. Whenever we get transfers, I'll start searching, how well they done, at the previous program they was at or the previous team. That's the first thing that I'll do. I'll go to researching them and seeing what they done, seeing what they about. That's what I did with Noah Thomas. And when I found out that he was their leading receiver and wasn't showing any production on our offense, I was just like, man, what the hell, man? What the hell? Like, what are we doing? I don't necessarily believe that, Adam. I don't believe that a lot of receivers looking at it that way. I don't think that they're looking at it that way. I think that a lot of times we just don't land them because we don't pay the money. We just don't pay the money. Not only that, we didn't much production from the tight ends, consistent bias this year either. Basis this year. Yeah, the tight ends. Like you didn't even utilize your tight ends. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? But I think the reason why he didn't utilize the tight ends because the O-line wasn't hitting on nothing. So he needed that extra personnel. The O-line wasn't hitting on nothing. So what you gonna do? You're gonna make sure that your tight ends are blocking rather than going out for passes. And I get that. I understand that method. If your O line is not the best type of O line, then you gotta make sure your tight ends block. They look at who's throwing to them in our scheme too. That's true. That's true, Trey. That is a big fact. That is a big fact. They look at who's throwing to them in our scheme. That's a big fact. Because it's not just about Bobo. It's a number of things. You know, a lot of these guys, like I said, don't let these people tell you it's all about money. It is in a sense because they made it that way. So 9 times out of 10 is gonna be players that just want the money, but it is a few guys out there that want to shine, that want to be a dog, that want to play in those big games and don't care about just getting money. But for some of these guys, they're gonna look at stuff like that. Like, do I want to play for this quarterback that barely got 3,000 yards on the season? Which you don't have to get 3,000 yards. I'm just saying. My main thing is I want us to get a player out of every position. I don't want to just see certain. The receivers ain't just it. We need more than just receivers. If y'all noticed, you had Roderick Robinson that hit the portal, which we all talk about that already at the doghouse. Like, you know, we all expected him to hit the portal, but he hit the portal. And there's a couple of other guys too. I mentioned to have another screen up to show the other guys that hit the portal, but none of them was really starters. It wasn't like nobody that was really important that hit the portal unless they just hit the portal within the last hour. But anybody with any relevance, they didn't hit the portal. So we don't really have nothing to worry about right now. You said, when should we start seeing what we got coming? You talking about as far as if you talking about as far as the transfers, we won't know anything until, you know, they put the info out there that somebody transferred in. We won't really know anything. But I'll definitely either go live or do a video talking about it if we do. So that's the only thing we can do right now is just look at the list of guys and hope that some of these guys come and play for the University of Georgia. That's the only thing we can hope for. Because when I say hope, I really mean hope. We have to hope that the guys that we're talking about do transfer, because if we want to win national championships, we have to get the right type of guys. And that's why I harp on Kirby Smart so much about opening a checkbook, because I feel like in order to win the national championship nowadays, you're going to have transfers. That's just it. It ain't going to be we going to just develop guys and this, that, and the third. But let me get back to it. All right. So you got the offensive line. The O-line, man, I don't know if we necessarily need somebody out the portal. I think maybe one guy from the portal. I'm not too concerned with the O-line like that, because I think that we have guys. We still loaded with guys, so I think that we just gotta get these guys together and develop them. We always develop very good on the O-line, so I don't think that's a major problem. It has been, when Bobo went out. So I think that grabbing up a guy would be cool, but my concern ain't necessarily the O-line as much. So these are some of the guys that went in, the transfer that's already went in the transfer portal. And this list is just a list that's, of the guys that just went in. So, the portal just opened on the 2nd, so it's going to be more guys to go in. You know what I mean? Then we get to the tight ends. Now, we can skip over the tight ends as well, because we got tight ends. We don't even have to look at them guys. We stacked. Defensive line. This is where it gets real interesting right here, guys. The defensive line. Now, Chaz Coleman, I'll take him. Damn it. 6'4", 246 pounds. From Penn State. I'll take him. Let me open up his profile. From Warren, Ohio. All right, let's go down to his timeline. So he he visited Penn State in 24. Well, let's see. What ain't low more? Hold on, let's see. Hold on, let me see this because it's not showing when he actually who he committed to. And then look at his offers. He had some offers. Ohio State, Ole Miss, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Virginia Tech. You know, Missouri. You know, he has some offers now. So he must be some good. But I thought that the timeline would show you when he actually, okay, this is it. Okay. So he signed to Penn State. He visited, looked like he visited Ohio State on November 30th of 24. Okay, and then he signed to Penn State. Okay, I see what's going on. And yeah, so he's good for what? Another year. So he's eligible to be with Georgia for this year and to next. So yeah, that would be a big pickup for us if we can get a guy like that off the edge. And this is exactly what we need, dogs. We need a dog off the edge. That's our issue. That was our issue Thursday night. We could not lay a finger on Trinidad Chambliss. We couldn't lay a finger on him. Now, this dude must be African because his name, Mateen, B-roll, I can't pronounce that. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, he a 4-star defensive lineman, 6'3", 296 pounds. Wow, that's a big fella. Then you got Jaden Woods, man, another edge, 6'3", 248 pounds from Florida. I never heard of him though. Haven't heard of him. So he wouldn't fit for Georgia, but I haven't heard of him. So for me, just going through this list, I think the edge is going to be a big deal for us. I think, and also too, I wanted to talk about, bring this to y'all attention. Christian Miller has declared for the NFL. So we definitely going to need a defensive lineman, right? We're going to need an edge and a defensive lineman. I don't know how many, we need, but it's some guys in here to choose from. It's definitely some guys in here to choose from, right? All of these guys look heavily talented. All of these guys are 4-stars, it look like. And most of these guys are at least 6'3". So, yeah, whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. Jaden Woods, Devin Thomas, 6'5", 290. Marius Williams, 6'2", 260 pounds. Devin came from USC. Marius from Auburn. Toby, I can't pronounce that name. Don't laugh at me, y'all, but I can't pronounce that. 6'3", 250 pounds. From who is this? Kansas State. Xavier Gilliam from Penn State. Damn. Okay. John Henry Daly, 6'4", 255 pounds from Utah. Wendell Gregory, 6'3", 255 pounds from OSU. Ian Gifford, 6'5", 387. Damn, he big. 6'5", 387 pounds from Arkansas. All right, so yeah, I think that we can probably grab somebody out of there, right? I think that would be cool to grab us at least 2 defensive linemen and somebody off the edge. At least one. My main thing is getting somebody off the edge. Last true edge we had was Adam Anderson. I'm still heartbroken about that. I know, right? We can't say that it's all gravy. Just say he blanked someone, bro. Or he R'd someone. Come on now. It's the internet. Let me take that down, matter of fact. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Look like we're going to need somebody in every position. And I'm hopeful. I'm hoping that we get at least, if we can get 10 guys, I'll be comfortable with it. Nah. If we can get 10 guys, I'll be comfortable with that. I'll be comfortable with that. Because we already recruit pretty good defensively, right? We typically don't have to worry about the defense as much. Now our defense has definitely gotten worse. Our defense has definitely got worse, but I think it could get better. I think that they're gonna have to have somebody come help Glenn Schumann, and that's just all to it. They're gonna have to have somebody come and help him out on that defense side. So, in my opinion, I think that the defense is a major both sides. Like if you just really paid attention to this season, both sides of the ball is gonna really need some help. Both sides of the ball. My girl down there playing music. She probably drinking too. I don't know who that is. Yeah. So, you know, let's get back to it. All right. So we got the linebackers. We got our well, not our linebackers, but you got linebackers. Rasheem Biles, 6'1", 220 pounds from Pitt. Omar Graham Jr., 6'1", 203, 600, 6'1", 238 pounds from Florida State. Owen Long, 6'2", 230 pounds from Michigan. Uh, is that Michigan? No, Colorado State. I'm sorry. Kobe McKenzie, 6'2", 203 pounds from Oklahoma. Laona, 6'1", 227 pounds from Texas. Kamari House, 6 feet, 215 pounds from North Carolina. Robert Woodyer Jr., 6 foot, 245 pounds from Auburn. Austin Romaine, 6'2", 245 pounds from is this Michigan? Is this Michigan? No, Kansas. I keep getting them confused. Owen Chambliss, 6'3", 230 pounds from whoever this is. Who is this? San Diego State. John Camara, 6'4", 230 pounds from who is this? Kansas. Okay. I be getting these little logos mixed up. Yep. So definitely can grab a couple guys when it comes to the linebackers also, because CJ Allen he's about to get up out of there. I'm not quite sure about Raylan Wilson. I'm not quite sure about Raylan Wilson, but I know we may have at least two linebackers that probably going to enter the draft. So we definitely could need to go in there for a linebacker as well, whether it's one of these guys or whomever. We definitely need to go in there and figure out who fits better for that defense, or who fits good for that defense. All right, then we got the defensive backs. All right, the safeties. You already know that they talking about getting, I think his name is Tavion Barnes from Clemson. He should be in this row, in this list. So yeah. They definitely need to do that. Get us a safety, man. They got special teams on here. Load more players. So they got okay. So they just got a bunch of different players, man. For the special teams. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the list right there, guys. That's pretty much it. We made it through. That's pretty much it. But hopefully, look like I got a new subscriber that just hit. Appreciate you for subscribing to the Dog Channel. I'm gonna drop a bomb on you. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all subscribing to the Dog House, man. We're only place where you can get the best, unbiased, unfiltered content. The only place, and I'm off the screen today because I didn't feel like getting on screen. It's ugly, man. We need a lot. Definitely. I didn't feel like getting on screen. And this is I like this. I like not being on screen sometimes because I'm always on screen. So Gordon 5015 said, I see K and Lee in the portal. Did he do anything? I'm not sure about him. I'm not sure. I don't remember his name. Keon Lee. I don't know. Keon, who is that? Oh, you deleted the message, but it's still gonna show. Anyway, I could take it off if you ain't want nobody. If you want it, you messed up or something. Adam, Texas made no bones about it. Why did that pop back up again? Adam, Texas made no bones about it. They trying to get like Georgia. That's all that is. They trying to build Texas into like another Georgia. Mac. You already know what's about to come, Mac. You already know what's about to come. I got to shoot you down, Mac. I got to shoot you down, bro. Came in late. You a mod. I got to shoot you down. Any mod that come in late, I got to shoot y'all down. Remember that. I know we all got stuff we got to do, though, so we cool. Rob Shields, I love Nolan Smith, but he was still undersized for edge. He is just a beast. A damn good dog. Yeah, man. He was a commit for Georgia a while. He from Ellenwood. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing about him. Gordon, I ain't heard nothing about him. So, man, let me see what's going on real quick. Excuse me. Let me see. Say it got me looking like Swiss cheese. I told you, bro. When you a mod and you come into the chat, you already know what you gonna hear. That gunfire. You already know. Hey, man, I appreciate all 29 people that's off in the live, man, that just came to hear, or all of the people. I don't know if it's 29 in right now, but anybody that's in the live right now, regardless of how many, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me, man. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. Excuse me for coughing all in the microphone, but I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. So we about to rock out, man. Let's get on into it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's head out with some tunes, right? Come on. Go Dogs. All my dogs in the chat, man, dropping bombs on them. All my dogs in the chat. Appreciate y'all for coming out rocking with us to talk about this portal. We about to turn up on our way out. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Yeah. Hey. And go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Yeah, that's what we do over here at the Doghouse. We have fun, baby. Yeah. Hey, we didn't win the national championship this year, but guess what? We gonna get better, man. We gonna get right. Don't y'all worry about it. D4L in this thing. Dogs for life. Yeah. Let's go. Hopefully everybody have a good Saturday night. You know, don't drink and drive. You know, do your thing. Have fun. That thing got some bounce on it. Yeah, man, that's a major sound beat right there. Appreciate you, Saul Gravy. You know, podcasting ain't the only thing I do. Yeah, shout out to So Gordon. Yeah. Yeah, man. So we about to get up out of this thing, man. We about to get right on up out of here, man. Y'all stay tuned for more, you know. Say your girl vibing, well vibe out then, shawty. Yeah. 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 All right, y'all, man. We about to get out this thing, man. Y'all stay tuned for more, man. D4L, man. Shout out to all my dogs for life. Everybody in the chat. Everybody that rock with me. Everybody that stayed down from day one with me, man. Dropping bombs on them, man. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta drop bombs, man. Stay tuned, man. Go Dogs.